All right, brother, here we go. We're in Harriman, Tennessee. We're headed right now to the old Harriman Hospital, situated actually downtown. And there's been a bunch of swirling rumors about this place being one of the most haunted places.
Top 24, I think they said, in America.
In America. They're not sure what's causing all the activity there. It recently opened through city council to this company that's running it to let people come and investigate. You were saying earlier that where this is nestled in between the mountains, there's two major rivers that surround this area. It was settled in the late 1800s. The hospital was built in the later years in around 1938 and opened in 1939. Very small hospital.
Tons of railroad activity.
Right.
Coal mines, or I don't know if it's coal mines, some kind of quarry.
Yeah, definitely coal mines. I've seen some trains. But with all that said and putting all that together, all the energy from the rivers nestled in between the mountains and the history of just this area may be one of the causes of the recent uptick in activity at this hospital. Of course, everybody knows hospitals are surrounded by death and sick people. So there's always that uncertain, I guess, of
just trauma.
Trauma, yeah. I mean, we were nestled here by a major highway, so I'm sure there was trauma accidents, and us knowing that, coming from that field, we know what energy that can bring. And it being closed up for years and finally reopened has, I think, enabled these spirits, these ghosts, this activity to uptick. They've let tours come through, day tours. People let them explore it. And I think with all that has stirred up the energy, and the voices of the people that are still there want to be heard.
Right.
So I think with us coming into this, just two of us, making that connection, focusing on that energy, hopefully we get a lot of activity. Go show us this other part?
We're gonna go this way.
Okay.
This is, you know, two staircases, dark side, light side. At night, they're both dark, so it doesn't matter. There is activity here. We've seen, my first apparition was here. She was walking in this room. My second was a nurse, and this is the janitor's closet, nothing fancy. Going into the janitor's closet. I stood right there and watched her go in. Oh. I walked over, opened the door, the only thing I had was my phone. I saw nothing. That's nurse's station, of course. And there's the doctor's lounge. Here painting. I'm here by myself, I'm painting. Twice in one day, somebody come up the staircase and they went into the first room right here, right down from where I was painting, and they were shuffling around moving stuff. But was it residual? It very well could have been, because there's nothing in there to shuffle.
Right.
But twice. And then it was right here. I have a step ladder and I wobbled it by accident. Somebody graciously grabbed the back of my arm and helped me down, and then they kind of moved me away from the, because we're on this side, we're going to take the staircase to the third floor. Third floor is the heart ward. The critical side. This is critical side. They had your monitors, the whole 9 yards, all the machines hooked up. But we see a shadow up here. Full-blown apparition. Ronnie was up here, our last public event, less than a month ago, with guests, and the guests that were with him saw a full-blown apparition of a person standing, and they disappeared. She had a rare heart attack that killed her. And she was here in the hospital in the emergency room when she died.
Okay.
So she actually died in the
Yeah, and
hospital.
she told people that when she died, whenever she died, she was going to remain here in the hospital. After she had passed, she passed in 2003 or 2002. 2002 when she passed. The girl that used to work with her was sitting down, and all of a sudden she turned to Joanna, was sitting here, and Joanna looked at her and smiled at her, and she disappeared. There's a lot of footsteps, of course a shadow, and they're shuffling around, and some of this, because they're moving around here, you're going to hear them, they're also looking at you. So we think that, as far as we're concerned, that's intelligent, because they are...
Recognize that your presence there.
They're looking at us.
My name is Melanie Pelfrey. I worked in the registration department for 26 years, from 1987 to 2013, when the building closed down and moved to the new location. I had a few experiences while the hospital was still open, and with some paranormal things. While I was employed and the hospital was open, there was a nurse that worked down on the original cardiac floor. She passed away in 2000, and when she did, she had said that she wasn't going to leave, that she wanted to remain here, and from my knowledge, she still is. She's still here.
My name is Sabrina Pelfrey. I am a paranormal investigator and a volunteer here at Old Historic Harriman Hospital. I was one of the last babies born in this hospital before it shut down, and I personally think that that's why I get some of the interactions that I do. I've seen several shadow people throughout the hospital. I have had my hair played with. I have been touched more than once. We hear whispers and we hear knocks. My personal favorite place is the 4th floor. Behind one of the nurses' stations on the far end, there is a window, and we have seen a face in that window. We've tried our best to debunk it, and we've never been successful. So who that is, I can't say, but it's really cool to see him kind of pop up.
Rhonda Whalen, paranormal investigator. I've been investigating now for probably 6 years. I got the opportunity to work here, and it's been great. We've seen shadow people, footsteps, apparitions. I've been touched multiple times, heard voices. It's like coming full circle. You're born here and then you get to come back.
Anything else have you seen?
Seen 4 apparitions, and 2 was a man running, like code blue running. We've seen also a nurse. I've seen a nurse 3 different times. Shadow people. We've seen tons of shadow people. Been touched multiple times. My ladder was rocky and somebody graciously grabbed my arm and helped me down the ladder. I've been touched multiple times. Heard voices. Second floor is really a great place to be to investigate. Recovery, second floor, there's a lot that goes on there too. So if you get the chance, those are the places you need to hit up.
In one of the trauma areas where they would bring patients in, and if somebody would be deceased and would die, they would use this room to let the family members see them. So we have the REM pod set up, we have the paranormal puck set up. I got it here in my hand. I'm going to ask some questions and see what kind of responses we can get here.
So when you use that, you have to type in the question.
Yeah. I ask questions.
Fish, southern, south.
I asked, is there any patients here? I got questions: hang, fish, southern, self, sharp, and angle.
Cough. Assault. Rest.
Interesting.
Well, this is a trauma room.
Yeah.
A lot of that is trauma.
Sing. Brush. Across. Cook. Happened. Tag.
I asked, can you see us? Is there anybody around in this area that still would like to come over and interact with us, that's still stuck here in the ER, and why you're here?
We heard that there may be a child running around in here. Could you come in here and play with this device? I'm sure you've seen one before. If you can light it up, make it change different colors. All you have to do is get close to it.
Shift. Choose.
I asked if there was a kid. It said shift, choose.
Akasha.
Akasha.
What's Akasha?
I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
Is there any nurses here? We heard that there was a nurse that loved this hospital and loved working here, and that she actually died here from a heart attack.
Is this the room that you died in, Joanne? Unfortunately, we see people at their worst, and we try to help, and sometimes that doesn't always work. So we have that connection, and if you feel that you connect that with us, we would like to communicate. We know what it's like to be on that side. When you try your hardest to help somebody and they don't make it. back to the pediatric area. Got the SLS, we're going to do a sweep with that, and if we detect anything, we're going to do a quick spirit box session and see what we come up with. Here we go. Any children want to come out and play? Me and Matt are firefighters. We'd love to talk to you and share maybe some stories. We're not sure why you're still here and what happened to you, what your backstory is, but you're more than welcome to come out and talk to us. Give us a sign that you're here. We have all these devices. We can take your picture. We can let you hear your own voice. We can tell you stories about the fire trucks. We know every kid likes fire trucks. Again, they see apparitions up here, full body apparitions. You can see where the babies were, all the cribs. I'm going to do a quick sweep with the SLS. We're going to sweep the floor and check these rooms and see if we come up with anything. Like I said before, me and Matt are firefighters full time. I'd like to talk to you. Can you tell us why you're here? What'd she say? Hi. 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 Hi, Joanna. Is this Joanna we're talking to? How are you tonight? Didn't it?
Sounded like I said, get the hell out.
Oh, really?
Did you hear that?
Did you say get the hell out?
We're not here to harm you or harm anybody here. We want to help you. Want to tell your story.
Can you talk to us? Are you still here, Joanna?
Can you tell us what part of the hospital we're in?
Okay, right now we're using the ghost portal. We're in A3, where Joanna was a nurse here for many, many years, and unfortunately she died of a heart attack here in the ER. There. Joanna, are you still here? Can you come say hello? We have this device. If you speak to us or speak through it, we can hear you and you can hear your own voice. Is there something you want to tell us? We can hear some voices coming. Oh, okay.
Did you smell that?
Uh-uh.
It smells like sulfur, so burning.
Sulfur?
Sulfur, like something burning.
Mm-mm. Who's here with us? Huh? Let me see if I can see you on my camera. Stay right there. Can you stay right there? So I can see you? What is that? That thing is going crazy, dude.
Look at you. Let's see, I have that.
What are you going to talk to us? Come over here. If you're not, we're just sitting here setting up the laser grid, and this REM pod is just going. X-rays right there.
This is still picked up.
I don't know.
I'm standing right next to this.
Can you make that go off again? That's Matt. You see right there in the SLS.
I know we're making a lot of noise, but we're just trying to communicate with you. We want to hear your story. We heard you was a wonderful nurse and you loved your job and you swore if you died in this hospital.
Is that you, Joanna? Is that you? If that's you, stop making that go off. If this is Joanna, can you make that go off again? If this is not Joanna, can you make that go off? Is that you or the camera? Are you back? Make that stop. We'll back up. Make it stop. Okay, make it go off.
Is that temperature change?
Is it what?
Is that the temperature change?
The squealing is, but... So right now we have the REM pod going off, and you can see I have the SLS. We have a camera set up there. The ghost portal running. This thing's just going crazy. We're trying to make communication. Matt's going to adjust the camera to make sure we're not picking anything up, but...
Okay, stop. Please.
Or make it light up. Thank you.
Okay, let's head to the third floor. New section of the hospital. It's like a med-surg area.
If you're up here and want to talk to us, if you come near that light and make it flash, we'll know that, and we can communicate with you.
Yeah, it could have been something on the roof. Okay, I got a device in my hand. I know it's kind of noisy, but if you talk, we can't hear you. But if you talk, this can hear you. So if there's anybody up there that wants to talk to us and tell us their name, can you do so now? Do you like how they're decorating the town for Christmas? All the pretty lights shining in your window?
I feel some breeze, it's just like,
Pasture.
I feel some breeze, it's just like,
Pasture. Okay, if there's no patients that want to talk to us, we've been told that they see apparitions of nurses, staff, full body apparitions. Are you still working here as a nurse or a doctor? All right, we're going to leave the third floor of the new hospital, Med-Surg. We're going to head upstairs to the fourth floor and check it out. All right, we're up on the fourth floor, new section of the hospital. This is the ICU. Fairly new looking building. I know they just, staff saying they just filmed the movie in here, but they keep the place really clean. We'll check out and see what we come up with. There's one down. No? Yeah, are you tapping? We're not supposed to go in there? That's the nurse's station. I didn't mean to. I was just looking at the mannequin. No, I didn't touch the threshold or nothing. Yeah.
wasn't that loud.
But this is the ICU, probably CCU. But there's our mannequin.
Didn't you say you thought you heard somebody talking?
Yeah, we were downstairs. And we heard some footsteps above us. So it's okay. We set up a device in the window. There's a red light on it. If anybody wants to come interact with us, we'd really appreciate that. Use some of our energy to make it go off.
Is that SOS?
It almost sounds like they're trying to communicate like with some type of SOS. Are you trying to ask for help?
Lights lighting up and now.
Yeah.
Beeping.
Now it ain't beeping. Are you trying to communicate with us by saying SOS?
Are you ex-military? Vietnam or World War II?
I don't know. Now the light's flashing. It's not making the temperature. That's usually a steady squeal. Now it stopped. Matt's gonna come over near that. Can you make it stop if he gets near it? Anything on EMF? And then that's the temperature change.
All we're trying to do is to prove life
Wow.
after death.
That's completely out of focus.
Well,
My camera. Completely.
did it just do it on its own?
Yeah. As soon as I pan left, it went completely out of focus.
I heard a tap or something in there. All we're trying to do is prove life after death. And you can help us with that.
We know all this energy has to go somewhere.
Are you able to see us and hear us?
Can you hear us and see us? Make that light up. Or touch that green light.
Do you feel anything? Do you feel pain?
Sadness? Are you lonely?
Do you feel loved?
Is there a portal here where you can cross back and forth? Or are you stuck here? It was 55 and just dropped to 54.
Can you make the temperature drop lower? Can you make it drop to 50 even?
I just
50
went to
degrees?
55. I just did the opposite.
All right, make it stop. If you really want to communicate with us, light it up to a green.
Ooh, that was a big orb. Man, I just flew right down the hall. I mean, whatever it was big. Wow. It went. I seen it with my own eyes. Because I looked down, I looked up, and I looked down the camera. It was. I mean, it could have. Who's that?
Time
308. Maybe. You scared me, I thought. Yeah, whatever that was just huge. I went straight down that way.
If that was you going by, can you make a noise back there?
Hello? It was a busy hospital, man. People took the steps all the time. It's one of those things. It's got the residual.
Well, a lot of
Maybe.
nurses.
Right. Maybe they went on lunch break and. What was that? While we're just getting everything packed up here, it's been a pretty eventful evening, day. I think we've accomplished a lot. Hopefully we go back and review all the footage and see what we come up with. Again, there was a lot of rumors swirling around why there's haunts here and what brought these spirits here and why they're still here. So hopefully I have to review the footage and come up with some answers and see what we get, but probably definitely be back here to investigate sometime in the future.